Hey, I'm Candace Scalise with CBS 21 News, and this is 21 Next, where we take a topic that's really interesting, something our reporters are working on, and we dive a little bit deeper to understand more information about that topic. And today we're talking about Lancaster being a welcoming city. Alex Thill joining us today. So, Alex, Lancaster has been a welcoming city for a while, I believe since 2019. So, what's new today and this week?
Hey, Candace. So yes, Lancaster City has been a welcoming city since 2019. It needs a recertification every 3 years, and each year they honor the fact that they're a welcoming city, having a welcoming week. And so that started on the 12th, or it starts on the 12th of September and will go through the 21st. And I want to give you a little bit more background about what a welcoming city means. So a welcoming city essentially is a national city that is considered welcoming to immigrants and refugees. And I did speak with the Democratic mayoral candidate today, Jamie Arroyo, who you will see later on CBS. If you head to CBS, you will see that. I did speak with Jamie Arroyo today, who tells me that essentially the fact that it's a welcoming city, that any resources for call, police, fire, there will be availability for other languages and other opportunities for immigrants and refugees to be able to use those resources. But it is not a sanctuary city, so that's an important distinction between the two.
So, what is the difference between a sanctuary city versus a welcoming city?
So a sanctuary city essentially gives city officials the ability to not cooperate with federal officials. A welcoming city doesn't do that. So in Lancaster, they will still be cooperating with the federal officials and with ICE. And this is important to note because ICE has been present in Lancaster recently. If you remember, back in August, we covered extensively this one mother. Her name is Esther Solomon, who was detained by ICE and then eventually deported to the Philippines. She was in Lancaster for 25 years before she was deported. And ICE said that she had committed theft and some other crimes as well that led up to her deportation. And communities across Lancaster have been protesting her deportation as well as ICE in the community. So them recognizing this welcoming week as a welcoming city that invites refugees and immigrants to the city is important, specifically in this context right now.
How are people reacting to this? I know that it has been a welcoming city for some years now, but with it coming back up with ICE's presence there more so now than it was a few years ago, what are people saying?
Yeah, that's a great question. And one of the things that I talked with people today about is the fact that it has been a welcoming city. What does that mean for people right now? Will this help in terms of people feeling safe in the community? And a lot of people say that they're thrilled by this. They think that it's a great opportunity for immigrants and refugees to be here and to, contribute to the community, whether that's businesses, socially. And so people, for the most part, that I have been talking to are in support of the fact that Lancaster is a welcoming city. But there were still a few that I did speak with who said that they appreciate this and accept this if you are legally in the country. So there were a lot of people who said, if you want to be a welcoming city, that's completely fine, but they want you to be a legal citizen. So there were some people we talked with in the community that was how they felt. Others said didn't matter to them. They wanted Lancaster to just be a welcoming place for everybody.
So, what are they doing with this welcoming week? Any specific events, or is this just basically recertification and a standard protocol kind of thing?
Yeah, so they'll have events through the 21st of September, and those events are essentially honoring different groups. So tonight, I know that they're honoring the resolution itself of being a welcoming city, but they're also honoring National Hispanic Month as well. So they're doing some events with that. They're going to be doing more throughout the week, little things like pop-ups throughout the week in City Hall and other areas downtown, just to kind of give back to the community that has given to them and has made them feel like this is a place for a certification for a welcoming city.
Right. Okay. Super. Anything else you want to add that we didn't talk about?
I think the only thing that I would add is that obviously this is a certification that, every 3 years it needs to be recertified. So I think it'll be interesting to see in the next 3 years what happens if Lancaster decides to recertify their status as a welcoming city. With immigration efforts ramping up across the country, it'll be interesting to see if that continues in the future. I also think it's important to note that Lancaster did have to undergo a series of evaluations and comprehensive testing in order to get this certification initially. So That was something that was in the works for a while back in 2019. So now that it is officially a welcoming city, nationally recognized, there's only 30 other locations across the United States that are nationally recognized, certified welcoming cities. And I want to clarify again, just before we go, that welcoming cities, sanctuary cities, different things. Sanctuary cities means city officials can not cooperate with federal officials. In Lancaster City, that is not the case. They will still be cooperating with federal officials here.
Right. They just want to encourage diversity, inclusion with people of all backgrounds and all walks of life. Thank you so much, Alex, for that update. And she will be live on our broadcasts on CBS 21. And you can always catch her on our YouTube page and also on CBS21.com, where she'll have that full report tonight. Thank you for joining us for CBS 21 Next. I'm Candace Scalise.